So here a constitution ye di juma e okrom ha are famously known as the 1992 constitution demonstrations, protestations, remonstrations, and those are legitimate political tools. And I said democratic tools. We are dissatisfied with anything going on within the democratic sector. Me, I employ to register your displeasure. And the demonstration I've always maintained say even if the cause is foolish, because it's democratically you find saying endorsed tools people can employ within a democracy, allow people to demonstrate freely because that is their constitutional right. More a source from the constitution, and that particular right must never be suppressed. So I was very happy when the IGP cleared them, and the who's Attorney General, so the state Babontin said they are free to go, and you come back to what we've been experiencing in the last 8 years. The president of the day, now President Akufo-Addo, or by year popular in this country, the gentleman who rose to political prominence through demonstration, kumi prekon, rieme prekon, sheme prekon, demonstration, and ODG. But surprisingly, under him as the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, we saw how people were assaulted. Journalists, individuals. Oliver, you say wakutu police for khaki. And then young people of this country were so peeved about the turn of event in terms of galamsey activity. Taking the bull by the horn, decided, oh, this is our country, this is our future. Demonstration. These young people were arrested. They were detained and denied bail. It took another demonstration, a whole lot of public advocacy, and sana issue, Ni was part of the people.
That's true.
Oliver and other people were assaulted because they demonstrated. And then Afenyo Markins and Co. had a free ride. And they did a demonstration across the length and breadth of this country, walk all the way to the presidency. And the chief of staff, deputy chief of staff, approached them and even spoke to them. And you be a you click your mind back during the last 8 years.
I see.
Because we lived in a country demonstration by a no-go area. But then the same bunch of individuals, who said there is the need to us to do demonstration. Fine, I respect that, and that is it. And again, Afenyo Markins had a brush or an encounter with the police officer. The gentleman in question is not just an ordinary person. He's the minority leader of parliament. According to him, he's a lawyer. And then,
according to him,
he's a lawyer and several other ways. He's a member of parliament and as for. He understands as a police initial police uniform that symbolizes the authority of the state.
With the berets.
You don't assault a police officer in a uniform. But in that video, we saw him in the past, not police if one demonstrators and as for by a neck or no as a leader. Only member is assaulting a police officer in the presence of everybody. And then the gentleman quickly ran to TV station and said, the police officer rather assaulted him.
That is so shameful.
And then the video came out vindicating the fact say he rather assaulted the police officer.
Very shameful.
I'm expecting say it's good that the police has issued a statement that they want it. But you see, some of these issues, yen to me end up brushing outside because as a lawmaker, you are the law. You know the law. You legislate law. You cannot be engaging in this lawless act to the extent of say, attack a police officer in the uniform. This is something I expect condemnation from across board. What is a Ghana Bar Association issue statement? These are your friends a bunch of lawless, your friends say individuals. They are there political interest and more finding. So the MPP and the Chief Justice, you see, my culture says MPP is a sinking enterprise. It's a party that is diving into the sea. They have no relevance. They've lost their mojo, everything. So now, that's exactly what they are doing. They are on a foolish course. And anything but this
is a democratic right.
And that is why Mr. T argument. But you see, the question is, you are not demonstrating in the eyes of your friends saying some bunch of ignorant people, and let people are very much enlightened. Oh, yeah, demonstration. They want to know. I didn't know who demonstrated, and these are your facts. The fact is somebody has submitted a petition to the president has followed through, submitted same to Council of State has reviewed the petition, and the conclusion is next step of the process has to be activated, and that is exactly what the president has done. Somebody wake up and says the president not breaching constitutional procedures. The question is which procedure and what breaching? Me. Then we rectify it. You are unable to single out a single breacher. Do you think people will take you serious?
I see.
Nobody will take you serious. So you see, politics, you've gotten to a point. I think emotions are taking the larger part of the political discourse. You're politicking in this country, the major part of it has to do with emotions. And emotions, so in this space, our the intellectual table. Whenever you go to the intellectual table with emotions, you only expose yourself and tell people how gullible and weak-minded you are. Because at that table, there is no room for emotions. Yeah. The question is, fact now what they but to substantiate your argument. And then they have and Mraba president a good for demonstration now. What are the bases? And they always say, oh, John Mahama see Oba. Your friends say obey changes our the judiciary and then now I all you chief that's in the first place. Nipo mo lose my appointment under John Mahama. Mododo. Oko konfanotia. Now no.
Yeah, professor.
Okofie.
Yeah.
Oko Tamala, Okofie.
Yeah.
The Ghana, your friends say statistician na kasa had Okofie.
Yeah,
so why are they not demonstrating? Are they no Ghanaians? Why do they have particular interest in the Chief Justice? So it will go to affirm the fact that under Akufo-Addo, there was a deliberate attempt to pack the court. In case they exit power, they will be protected. And that's exactly why the MPP has taken this first entrenched position. Omufizeti on the Chief Justice alone, because there have been a number of people victims under John Mahama. Right. Why are you not speaking for these people? Why the focus is always on the Chief Justice? It affirms the fact that indeed you have a particular interest. And JB, the call to reset the judiciary, that call John Mahama they say resonating with the larger section of Ghanaians peeved about the sinking image of our judiciary. For me, that is the foundational institution of our democracy. We can lose the judiciary, we can lose the executive and parliament. Yeah. But one entity, very sacred, we cannot afford to do politics with it, is the judiciary. Right. And that is why Ghana are calling and say we need to sanitize this house just to make sure that it works for the people.
Very well.